Welcome back to another episode of Your True Sons, brought to you by the Players Lounge. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Rutland. I'm here with Sean Weatherspoon and Jeremy Macklin. We're going to get right into, we're in bowl game season, and Mizzou just finished their bowl game. One of your true sons happened to go see this bowl game live and in person. So I really want to get to him first to see his thoughts, because he got to see it, and while we're watching on TV, he got to feel the energy or lack thereof. Spoon, please give me your take on the bowl game. What did you like? What did you dislike? Initial reactions, overall thoughts. What do you think, Spoon?
Well, it was a great opportunity for the Tigers to go out and finish the season on a great note. And that being said, I thought it would be awesome to get my family together, put the black and gold on, and travel down to Jacksonville. And got a chance to go to the game, be on the sideline. Did a spot with KOMU. Shout out to John Anderson and Kat Lucchese. It was a great environment to start the game. It's always cool at the bowl games with the military representation and
Yeah.
God Bless America, the national anthem. Everything was right on par. And Missouri gets the ball, and we just do what we've done all year. Run the football and start off on a high note, running that football, and we punched it in the end zone. And I'm like, oh, we got this. And that was the last time we scored. And so it was super tough to kind of be a part of it and watch it. But ultimately, you saw some good things, but you also saw some things that were quite alarming. And it starts with the offensive side of the ball. And I know we missed some key players on both sides. We missed Josiah Trotter. We missed Norfleet, guys that I believe are going to play on Sundays. I'm hearing from scouts that Trotter is actually some of the scouts' favorite player on the Missouri team, along with Zion Young. So it was
Nice.
great. It was great to be there. Great to be with my Tiger family. I saw Grant wrestle.
Oh,
One
wow,
of the great
yeah.
Mizzou kickers.
Yes, sir. Shout
He
out to
had a
Grant.
Yingling. He had a Yingling. I had an IPA. I'm a
There we
little
go.
crafty. I'm a city boy. He lives in Columbia. But man, we had a good time just up there, chopping it up. But man, I left that game wanting to cry about Missouri football. And this past month, the Missouri football has got me really reeling over here. It does. It does.
Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone. And I think the bowl game was just a continuation of our last few games. But I think subconsciously you expect to see more, because you haven't seen them for a little while, right? Then you go
Mm-hmm.
about a month without watching them play, and then you see it again. You're like, oh, it's the same. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
J Mac, talk to me about what you saw during that game that let you down, or did you see any bright spots throughout that game?
Yeah, I think the first drive, right? I think that was a bright
Yeah.
spot. I think, but that's one of those things where um, you can work on those plays for a very, very long time leading up to it. So those things should be sharp. They should be pretty on point. So I thought we did a really good job scripting the first couple of plays and kind of, taking what they gave us, but also going out there and inserting our will. And that's why I thought, like Spoon just said, I thought that like we was we were gonna be in pretty good shape after that first drive, and it's unfortunate that like the same things that we've been um talking about all year just came back to the light. And yeah, you can make excuses this game if you wanted to. You can make, hey, Bo didn't play. You can make, hey, you're without, a couple of your, three of your top five targets as far as throwing the ball. Two of them hopped in the portal. One of them was hurt in North Fleet. So I mean, you can say all those things, man, but I think Drink summed it up best, and that's why I commend him for taking it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back on the film, and there's plays where they didn't execute. There's plays where guys didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Right.
But he summed it up, man. He said, I didn't do a very good job of calling the game, essentially. And I think, I respect the coach that sits up there and says that. But now, Drink, that ain't. We know what he's capable of when he calls plays. So, like, to
Yeah.
me, right, it's not his offensive mind. It's not his offensive mindset when you talk about how he wants to call the games, man. Could it be schematically right now, kind of what we got going on in the past game? Could it be personnel? It could be so many different things right now as to why, we are not doing the things that we want to be able to do, especially in the passing game.
Yeah.
So now you got to answer a lot of questions, man. Hey, is Zollers the guy? Which he was heavily recruited out of high school. We love his ability. But gets into a situation where it kind of looked like a lot of the same. Do you go out? Do you go get a veteran quarterback and risk? Hey, like Zales, you need to sit for a year, but hey, knowing him, if he sits for a year, he might hop into the portal. So like, there's so many other things that that you got to do now. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I think this is a really really important off season for us, offensively, right? I know, of course, us as a team, but man, especially offensively, right? How do you, it was kind of a no brainer, right? You had Luther and Theo leave. You had some young guys, but then you also knew kind of Kevin Coleman was coming into the fold. Like, kind of where do we turn to next? Like, where are the playmakers going to come from? Like, do we have our eyes on these guys in the portal? Like, all these other things. So I think for the first time, got the two running backs coming back, but for the first time, there's a lot of question marks on the offensive side of the ball that you really don't know how it's going to pan out for us.
Yeah. I have a question I'm going to ask for both of you guys. Is Mizzou entering a dark age? Like,
No.
He said it
so,
fast. I got a
so,
No,
chuckle.
so
no.
you're optimistic about Mizzou's future today?
Well, here's the reason why. Because, yes, we lost every ranked game on our schedule. Like, we did. But
Yes.
we were only not competitive and only out of one of those games. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's the optimism. So, yeah,
Okay.
you can easily, if you're fed up, you can easily go to the other side. We ain't gonna never get over the hump. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna err on the other side of like, hey, we either didn't have the pieces that fit correctly together, like whether it's scheme to personnel, personnel to scheme, like. But I'm going to lean on the other side and be like, we're still right there. So I'm just really excited to see how we attack the offensive side of the ball right this offseason.
Okay. So, think about this from a defensive perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If you come into a team, the defense, and your corners are kind of bigger, physical guys, can't really run, you're going to call certain plays that will, I guess, highlight their strengths, right? So if we look at this from an offensive standpoint, Spoon, you've called plays. Would you not do the same? Do you not call plays to highlight the strengths of your team? And if we're watching our offense, what are the strengths? We
Yeah,
can
I'm sorry, we
We
run the
run it.
football. I'm
We
sorry, yeah, we
run
run the
it.
football. Yeah.
run the football.
We run the ball, and our defense does a phenomenal job of limiting really good teams to not scoring a lot of points. Like
Yeah.
we haven't been a team where people just went out there and just whooped us. So I think that's kind of what our offensive strength is too, because it's kind of
Yeah.
like you're depending on your defense, and I think sometimes that can divide a locker room. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
Yeah.
that's where we're going. I'm not saying we're in a dark age, but I'm just saying right now
Okay.
it looks like one side of the ball is extremely, coming up extremely short, and the other
Yes.
side may be more inclined to look at other schools. And I think that's where it gets a little tricky for me when you talk about a dark age, when you talk about revenue sharing within all of these programs, right? Basketball pulling in a lot of big time recruits that are going to require a lot of money. We have to share this money to get these players, and obviously you want to have a good product of what you've done in the past to solidify these guys that you come here, you're going to win. And you are going to win. But you also have to really, take in that, okay, this is where we are at Missouri. So if they don't do the right things on offense and make us feel like, hey, this is the place to go, it's going to be tough to get the kids that we want. And our schedule will not get any easier. And we will be playing more SEC games. So I think it's not a dark age, I don't think, but I think it's very it's a time where it's like, hey, now is the time. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we. I think like if we finish 8-4 next year, I think that's pretty dang on good with what our schedule will be. But I think our expectation level is definitely going to be 10 or better. That's where we are as a program, 10 or better. You look at the 4 or 5 games we lost, and it's all right. It's all right there, right? And I believe if we have a formidable offense, and not to take shots at the offense, but you score 7 points in a bowl game, that's who you are. And I think it's just a lot of work to be done. And I think we got the right guy that can do it. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a lot of respect for Coach Drinkwitz. I do think maybe he might have been a little rusty yesterday. I think with not
Well,
calling the
so,
plays,
but my
maybe.
question is, Hardy leads the game with 15 carries.
Yeah.
You know what you have. You have. Is he the nation's leading rusher?
He is, bro.
I know he got the single season rushing record at Mizzou, I believe.
He,
So
he he's the guy.
15, in my opinion, he's about 10 carries short. We say the same thing when I'm watching the Ravens play, and we're like, how does Derrick Henry only have 17 carries? That's crazy.
Mhm.
And then you see
Yeah.
him, last night have 20 some odd carries, 200 some yards. I just think I'm going with what works. Why not make Virginia show us that they can consistently stop the run?
Well, I think.
Yeah,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, Matt.
I'm
Go
about to
ahead.
say. Well, I
I
think.
got you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
One
spoon.
thing.
Yeah, spoon.
Right. Situationally, I mean, we played horrible. We
But I'm
played
saying
horrible.
specifically his run. When we gave the
I
ball to
know, but
Roberts
when you
11 times,
so when you're 20, when you're I love Roberts. Actually, I think he has
yeah,
a
he
little bit
can
more
execute.
upside to me. But I think when you go 25% on your third down and the other team is over 50 and they execute over 50% or at 50 on their fourth and gotta
Fourth
have it,
downs.
and
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
over there, like now you can't just say I'm gonna just hand it off. Hand off. The only reason we got them yards late in the game where he handed off and got some yards was because you know how defense plays when they got that lead.
Yeah. A little soft.
Hey,
Yeah.
we just gotta make sure you don't get that score, right? So yeah, that was our longest drive of the game in like a minute and 40 seconds, right? We had 11 plays. That's the longest drive of the game. So we never could get into a flow of anything. It was still that same vibe, like run it, try to pass it. So you're giving the quarterback like a small chance to be efficient at passing.
Yeah.
And you're
A very
trying to
small
get
chance.
that's 26 carries between Roberts and Buddy Hardy. But I mean,
That is 26
they
carries.
they know, bro. And the ebbs and flows in that game was just, oh, we don't have to mess it up. If we don't
Yeah.
have to mess it up and don't press our quarterback and do it, like Virginia was fine with doing that, and
But look at
they won
Virginia, though.
those.
Virginia, between their, I guess, two backs, you have 32 carries for less
Mhm.
yards.
Yeah,
And even they have some fourth down runs.
yeah,
Third down,
yeah.
34, 35 runs. I'm thinking, wait. I don't see the nation's leading rusher on wearing the Virginia jersey.
I'm just telling you this: running backs, in order to get the flow of the game for a running back, you got to be on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, I see
They
what you're
doubled
saying.
us up in time of possession, Kev.
There
I
it
see
is.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they got those third downs. They got those fourth downs. They just stole the game, and we still were in the game.
In
I
it.
mean,
Yeah. Up to the
and
very
that
end.
was interesting. That was interesting. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that last, but I know we'll get to that. But I
Yeah.
had a chance to hang out with the referees last night in the hospitality suite after the game. So I got a good buddy who's the umpire, and it was interesting to see what happened on that last play. But Zollers was knocked out.
Knocked out?
He was asleep on the field.
No
He
way.
was. That's why he came out on that last play.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
just thought.
he couldn't go.
So you mean when he was trying to get the first down
Yeah, when
and he stepped out of bounds early?
no, not that one. On the last drop before the last play of the game, he gets hit. He gets hit. He's
Yes.
trying to get out to the right, and
Mm-hmm.
they leverage him up. He gets hit, and he's out.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know. He's like knocked out on his feet. Essentially, is what I was told. They had to get him out the game.
Oh wow. Have we heard anything? Is he okay now? Have we heard anything about this?
It seemed like I don't think he was like, where it was like, okay, put him in the tent. He's done. I'm pretty sure like he just was rattled, and the referee's doing the right
Yeah.
thing. Like
They
hey,
noticed it.
let's get this guy off the field. And I think, man, that's good by the refs. But it's even more alarming because once you start getting these hits, people,
Yeah.
they gonna be coming for you, man, and it's gonna be a lot of pressure for this kid at
It
Missouri
is.
right now because everybody's gonna be looking at this kid, and I hope the coaches do a good job of getting in front of it and taking care of this kid and really building him up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a little alarmed and looking at some transfer guys that look like some guys. That's just me.
J Mac, talk to me about how the offense looked. And do you think you're looking at an offense that says, hey, look, my personnel can't get the job done? Or are we just not wanting to try that type of let's get the ball in the air a lot, get a QB in his rhythm in a bowl game that kind of doesn't mean a lot? Like, what are we seeing?
I think we saw I think we saw the effects because we even looked a little more discombobulated than we had with Kirby still there, because I think, like you said, with Drink regaining control and like I said, we don't know exactly like what the responsibilities were during the season, but we do know that Kirby called it. So I think you saw a little bit of like a little bit of like uncertainty, not from like what, but like just like like it just did not look cohesive. You know what I mean?
It didn't.
Look like we're kind of out of whack a little bit. You know, like I said, they doubled us up on time of possession, so that's really hard to get in the rhythm. All right, when you're going 3 and outs, it's really hard. I thought the defense actually played really, really well. Yeah, you would like to get off the field
points
on some of those third and fourth downs.
The
But
defense played well, but you know those bowl games are quiet, right? All you hear is the bands, right?
yeah,
Wasn't no smacking last night. That's what Trotter. That's where you miss Trotter, man. Like when Trotter get his hands on you, Trotter's 15 tackles looks a little bit different from Rodriguez's 15
I get it. Yeah,
and that's no shade because Rodriguez played his butt off, and then we win that game. He's defensive MVP.
absolutely.
I truly believe that. But just that, I don't know if it's just that bowl game atmosphere. Maybe this is how bowl games are. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of these bowl games.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to tune in to some of the ones that don't mean as much and see kind of how the vibes are with these teams. I don't know.
The college football playoff has ruined other bowl games.
I'm going to touch on that in a second. But like, so to answer y'all question, right? Like, Hardy ran for 89 yards, 43 came on 1 carry. So he was 14 for 46. So like, I think that's another reason why like maybe it wasn't like, hey, let's just turn it around and give Hardy the ball, right? We were behind the sticks. We couldn't really get right in second and third and manageable, right? So I do though, there was some short third yardage where I'm like,
give him the
all right
ball.
now, like I do, but I also understand there was a bunch of carries in that game that went for 1, 2,
Stuffs.
0. You know what I mean? So like, I also understand that piece of it too. So
hey,
but I think sometimes go ahead, Spoon.
One play that a lot of people may not talk about, man, the pooch punt by their quarterback.
Great play.
Man, now, I didn't know what they were. I'm like, they still out there, they about to go for it?
Yeah,
he put it on the 2.
Great play.
Man, that was one of the best plays of the game too, man. I knew like us having to go 98, that's just not in our favor, you know? And
Right.
I think we ended up jumping on that 4th. We're kind of looking at it to go. And then we had to just punt it. But, man, it was tough, man. That was a huge play, though.
I'm going to say my expectations coming to that game, I thought we would see Missouri impose their will. Like, hey, look, you know what's coming. I don't think you have enough guys on the defensive side of the ball to stop what's coming. So see if you can do it. And I think you don't abandon that when it slows. I think you make them continue to show you like that you can stop the nation's leading rusher. I just don't think
pride.
You say that, but then we be sitting there like, yo, it's going for 2, 3 yards. Like, why are we not putting the ball? We've been saying it all year long, right? Like,
yeah, we want
when it's working, right? Oh, Hardy, like, great. But like, when it's not, we're like, well, why are we not throwing the ball? Why we can't get in the rhythm in the pass game? I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think because like some ain't right. Like, some ain't right, man. Like I have never seen, right? And Spoon, you just said a bowl game, right? A bowl game. It's supposed to be 49, 45. Like, it's a bowl game.
Bowl game, dog.
It's a bowl game. You know what I mean? Like you go look at a lot of these other bowl games, man, that were played, right? Like, it just, like, to me, man, it just was very like you said, it was very like underwhelming, right? Like, it was very underwhelming. And I don't, like I said, it's not a shot at anybody, but like I'm sitting here and I'm like 40-38, 38 points, right?
Yeah.
24 points, right?
These
like
are bowl game
34,
numbers.
right?
Yeah.
Like 42, 31, 30, like, and it's just like you're supposed to be able to go out there and score points in bowl games.
It's
like,
a bowl
that's what
game.
you're supposed to be able to do.
Bowl game. Yeah.
Cut it loose. I remember watching bowl games. It's holidays, right? You got your little eggnog. You done fell asleep in the first half. You done fell asleep. You know it's gonna be determined at the end of that last.
Right.
It's like 2 games almost normally each bowl game is.
It really is.
Even if we would have won the game 13-7, like I'll be sitting there like, man, what? Like
Ugh. Yuck.
give me 35, give me the Hawaii California game. That was fire. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like give me something like that. So I
And they were
just
down 21, right?
yeah, man,
Hawaii's down
just
21-0. Boom! All of a sudden,
it was big plays. It
Big
was
play after big play.
like
That's what
I
you
don't
want,
know.
but
I
that's
just
what the fan wants to see.
that's what was
But
missing. I'm
that's
telling
what
you.
we're missing. But I'm gonna say another thing. I think us losing to Virginia made the SEC look bad
Of
in the
course.
way we did. It made us look weak.
so somebody
Put your,
put this in perspective for us
put
the
your
other
finger
day.
down. What?
No, listen. Somebody put this in perspective on Twitter, right? Like, so essentially, right? Missouri finished 8th
In
in the
the
SEC.
conference, yes.
Yes. Well, we just lost to the number 2 ACC team. And like,
Uh,
if you really think about it,
I
listen,
like that, Matt.
if you really think about
Good
it,
ball club.
right? Like, it's a good ball club, but like our number 2 SEC team, you talk about Bama, Georgia. So like, we still got to put it in perspective, like with what we're talking about here. Like A&M lost to, but A&M's probably our third. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah.
don't I wouldn't read in it too much. I also felt like Virginia played like that game meant more to them than we played like it meant to us.
Oh, I can see that too. I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah, they even the way
It looked that
he
way. They
called
looked they
And the
had
that.
more
whole and the
energy.
whole
Yeah.
during the
Yes.
whole game, it was right there in front of you for both teams. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta if we make this play, we win it. Like it was
That's true.
right there. Like, so it should look like that from both teams. Like, man, we clawing, fighting. I mean, even if we can't score, right? It's defense, we get it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see that tenacity that I'm used to seeing in college football. It's normally so exciting, like hitting the throws, the runs. I thought they did a good job of out formation in us a little bit too.
Yeah.
And we
I
lined
think
up
they did
to
a
it.
good job
We
of
lined up
making the
to it,
play.
but yeah,
Yeah, they made the play. They made a lot of plays when they needed to. 4th down and whatever, 3rd and whatever. And some of those, like we discussed earlier, some of those were run plays. They just
that jet
made the play.
that they started out with that weird little funky formation, ran the jet. Zion was very strong,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of tripped the guy, got a TFL. They came back to it at the end, the same look, pop pass off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like that. Those are
yeah,
the things that I remember stuff. Like, I'm like, okay, they're gonna run that. I said, man, here come the jet pop now. I'm telling my son, like, here come the screen here come. Like it's
yeah,
there,
yeah.
man. It's just like I don't know if you get enough time to really hone in on who you're playing in the bowl game, or if it's like because I know we were like
Get a month.
when we fell short, what we was trying to accomplish at Missouri, the bowl game. I mean, we trying to go home with some hardware. We're trying to get some MVPs. We're trying to go
That's
out there and
true.
dominate you. I remember when we felt like we should have been in one of the BCS games, and man, we had to go take it out on
That Cotton Bowl? Yeah.
yeah, we had to go
They
take it
had
out
But
on them.
but
it.
even the Alamo Bowl down in that dome in San Antonio, I felt like that thing was live.
We woke
That
Game
was
went
up.
to
live.
overtime.
We
That
woke
was
up like it
live.
kind
What
of
are
it
you
kind
talking
of
about?
started like man,
Yeah,
San
so
Antonio.
we
This
were
is
slack. We were sluggish a little bit,
yeah.
but like
Chase
the
came out a
crowd was
little,
into it.
shout out
Like,
to Chase,
yeah,
but
That was a
I ain't
good
never seen
game.
Chase play the way we played in that game. Like in the beginning of that game,
yeah,
they
Yeah.
ended up coming away with the ball like on the first 2 or 3 drives or something. I
yeah.
watched that game recently, and I didn't remember it like that, but I do remember like Matt get that punt return,
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
whole building,
yeah,
and it's just like man,
It was a
this a
big
game.
deal. But
yeah.
I don't blame Mizzou or Virginia for that. I blame the state of college football for that one.
Absolutely.
Bowl games just aren't it anymore. In fact, like I'm catching bowl games, like I'm walking through the living room, like, oh, is the game on? Like that's how I'm looking at bowl games now. I don't really care unless it's
And I
playoffs.
wanted to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to play somewhere cold too. When I saw Clemson and when I
and
saw the look of that game,
yeah,
Clemson, who they Penn
they
State. When I
lose
saw
Penn
the
to
State.
look
Penn
of
State.
it,
Yeah,
did they play in the Pinstripe Bowl or something? Like was it up in New
Yep.
York? Something?
And
it was.
Yankee
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah.
I don't know. I was like, man, Missouri and Virginia don't need to be in Jacksonville playing no bowl game. So some of this stuff, like just regionally, I know that's great to get down to Florida. Great vacation for everybody. Everybody involved. But I just feel like, man, it didn't feel like a real football game. Like, and I
It
was there,
didn't,
man, and that's tough. That's
and
tough, man.
it's tough. So we'll close the door on Mizzou football for the year, but we do know there are a lot of unanswered questions for this team. I'm not sure, like J Mac said, who, if any, quarterback wants to come to Mizzou right now, or are we going to say, hey, Zal, is this your show? Is Sam Horn leaving? We have a lot of unanswered questions on that side of the football. And then
Mm-hmm.
we got some guys to replace on the defensive side of football. You know what I mean? Some guys going to the league, and rightfully so. So
Yeah.
looking into next year, before we close the door on this season, what is the most immediate concern for Mizzou football?
Oh,
What you got, J
You
Mac?
oh, that's a good one.
you gotta ink the guys that you have that you love right now. The guys that you have on your team that are kind of like the cornerstones.
We
You
got Hardy
gotta ink
back.
them. You
Well,
gotta ink them now. I
they
need to
ink
see
both
more.
running backs. They ink both running
Rodriguez
backs.
signed. Rodriguez
Yes.
signed. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
we have to make sure we get those guys on paper first that are already in the building. I think that's the number one priority
Which
for
is
me. The
crazy
guys,
to have to recruit your own guys, but yeah.
because
But I feel you.
you don't want to lose no good ball players,
No, you
you
don't.
know, because of how you finished or because of
Mm-hmm.
some money issue or something like that. Like I mean, we got money. Let's
Yeah,
take care
yeah.
of our guys first before we start,
Going
just
and
going to
giving it to people who
throw the
don't put
bag
on
everywhere.
black and gold. J Mac,
Yeah, and
what is?
I
Oh, go ahead,
think.
Spoon.
Go ahead, Gus. Go ahead.
and don't act crazy with the money. And I think we've done a good job with that. Like we ain't just go get anybody, Like, but
Yeah.
I do think the quarterback splash needs to make more sense than this year's splash to me because when we got Bo, I knew that it was going to be a quarterback battle. If we get a
Mm-hmm.
quarterback, I don't want no battle with the quarterback that's already in the helm. If we're gonna rock with five, then let's rock with five and let's go get everything we need for him. But if we
Put
not,
the pieces around them. Yes.
yeah, we're not gonna do it. Then don't bring nobody in here like that, man. Let's that guy that came in the backup walk on guy. I don't even want to mess his name up. He threw a
Yeah,
great ball at the end of the game.
he did. Catch him a
Great
ball.
ball. Like so, I mean, hey, there's some things to grow on, but let's try to keep it in house unless we going out to get that boy from North Texas because I think he was the American Conference offensive player as a freshman. I want to say Matt. What's his name? Weston Maker.
Yeah,
What?
he put on the show this year.
Ooh
He
wee.
put on the show.
Are you
4 grand
campaigning,
through the
Spoon?
air.
Are you?
I like the guy from Iowa. I like Rocco Beck. That's who I
You
like.
said that last
Hey,
time.
come on, you can't go
But listen
wrong
though,
there.
here's the deal. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably different than y'all, right? I want to rock with Zollers. That's what I want to rock with. And I think
I
the
do
most
too.
important, the most pressing thing is him, Drink, new OC.
Chip.
They need to sit down ASAP and just get on the same page with everything. Hey, let's put it all out here. Here's what it is. Hey, here's what I like. Here's what I don't like. Hey, here's what you need to get better at. Here's what you need to work on. And I think you start that marriage the minute you get back from this winter break. You
Yeah.
start this marriage with all three of them right now, right? And
Okay.
I
I
like
think
that, Jeremy.
for me that's the most like pressing thing. Also, like let's not forget, man. Like I think Drink has way too much pride for us to enter a dark age at Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's done way too much to build this thing to like where it is now. And I'm telling you right now, he's a worker, man. So like I if I'm gonna bet my money on a coach, I'm gonna bet my money on Drink because I do think that he's gonna work. I do think that he's gonna do everything he needs to do, right, to establish like that mindset, that culture, that identity of like yo, like we haven't earned anything yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we're trying to achieve, like we got to work twice as hard to go get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about the respect, right? Let's keep our head down, let's work. And I think like that mentality, right? Just re-emphasizing that that's who we are. I think that's how you get back to the success that we've been able to have. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it did not go how we wanted to go, but like, you know what I mean? I still think that like you know, winning 29 games over the last 3 years is good,
Great
and being able
accomplishment.
to be in conversations of where we are and these recruits that we're getting, and these having these big time prime time battles with these top ranked. It's like we're close. We're a lot closer right now than where we were 4 years ago, and
Most
I think
definitely.
that's the encouraging thing.
And I wanted to chime in on that too. Drink,
Yeah.
man. I just want to, I'm gonna give him his flowers, man. Put a lot of respect on his name, because I don't see him doing all that campaigning, all
Uh,
that. Like
Yeah.
all that campaigning get you elected, but that hard work, that's what's gonna make you respected, And like you said, Mac, he's a
Mm-hmm.
worker. He puts his head down. He gets after it. He jumps in front of the bullets. He
Yeah.
does everything that you want your head coach to do, man. And
Of course.
I don't want anybody to leave here like bash and drink, but
Oh
that's
no,
that's
No,
kind of
not a
how
chance. Not a
no.
you know
chance.
how
We all definitely won't drink to stay for a very long time.
yeah, most
When it was
definitely.
rumors about him leaving, it got real nervous because you lose your coach. Now you really get into the dark ages. Like
Right,
it's nervous.
right.
So I'm with you both. Definitely not campaigning for Drink to look elsewhere or even to kind of look at him and like
Hmm.
maybe he's not the answer. I think he is the answer.
We just
I'm
went down the aisle again with him. Let's
right,
hey,
right, right.
let's keep it up.
I think it's more so can we like J Max said, can we marry our personnel, our new
Mhm.
OC, and continue the success the defense has had? Can we propel
Hmm.
that into next season? That would be awesome. But there are some unanswered questions that leave me kind of like, we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
not walking
And
around chest out. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
up?
and what's so crazy now is like it ain't like the old days where like, okay, hey, if this is not working out, like here's these other 3 or 4 or 5 scholarship kids that I have that, we have been developing and this and
Yes.
the third. Now it's like, hey, here's my top guys I paid for, right? It has to work
Yeah.
Got to hit.
with them. It's
Got to
not
Yeah.
hit.
like if it doesn't work, like no, it has to. And I think sometimes maybe that's where some of the disconnect is coming from, not just within Missouri, but like a lot of these programs across the nation, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
how am I going to tell this booster, hey, we're paying this dude X amount of dollars? He's not on the field no more. Well, coach, he can't
That's a
catch the
tough.
rock. So what you want me to do?
That's a tough conversation to have with somebody who's paying for their guy. I get
You know
it.
what I
I get
mean?
it.
Yeah.
I think
So,
somebody told me the other day, they were like, hey, look, Nick Saban is arguably the best college coach of all time, right? But they said we're entering an age where if someone is going to surpass Nick Saban, it's now. Because Nick Saban at least had the luxury of having the same players for 3 years. And a lot of
mhm.
those guys were three and out. But now, if you can find a coach who can continually produce results year in and year out with a new team every year,
Mhm.
that guy may pass Saban. It's
But you
harder now
gotta,
than it was back in the day.
but you gotta support him. Like
Yeah.
and it's only going to be at these schools that are willing to do that.
Yeah.
What do
Like
you mean by
it,
support? What support mean?
you got to support him. You got to throw the money behind him. You got to throw the
Hmm.
resources. You got to throw all these things
Got to
behind
have
him.
everything you need to
Like
build it.
if not, like look at Dabo. If Dabo doesn't change how he's going about things, the Deshaun Watson led Clemson teams, I don't think they ever get back to that point. You gotta.
Never.
It's they're still there. Don't get it twisted, right? Roster's still very good, but like you
Mm.
gotta dig in a little deeper. And you gotta be willing to throw some money and hop in that port a little bit. If not, then it's not going to be the same for you.
You can't go to the shed like Rocky and start building it up. It's like
No,
it's
you
like
can't.
F1. It's F1 now. Like you need that car to
Yeah.
be. Hey, we gotta have the right parts in that car. If the parts ain't there, should we either looking at some new parts, some new pieces, new drivers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
or a new coach? Like that's
Yeah,
the
facts.
reality of it. Man, it happens so fast, man.
You
But phew,
It's a good
you
point. It's a
you
good
you
point.
can get lucky and get a group that you can like mold together, like Matt
Mm-hmm.
Campbell did at Iowa State a year ago or Arizona State. Like, but now look,
LSU a few years
he
ago. Yeah.
exactly he came out and flat out said Arizona State because hey, I need about 20 more million. What's up? He came flat out said it. So like
20.
yeah, like that he flat out said it.
Have mercy.
So like
Yeah.
he
yeah.
knows it. He knows you can't sustain it unless you got the resources, man.
And
Unless you
and
got
you
the
see
green.
you see the teams that have done it quickly. I mean, they're in a conference with one, right? Like you look
Yeah,
at
That's
Texas Tech,
true.
man, they're scary. They're scary, man. They got a real shot.
And a nice shiny paid for a team, and
man.
nobody's upset about it. Nobody. No Texas Tech fan is like, "Oh, I don't think we're doing this." No, they're all happy. They're celebrating.
That's the climate. That's the
That's
climate,
the
man.
climate,
No,
and I'm
the
not mad at it.
the donor hopped on and did an interview. As he said, we saw this window. We came up with a plan how to make it work, and we was like, if the NCAA is going to allow this, we're going to take advantage of it.
And we
And
writing
look
them
where
over
we are.
now.
They won the Big 12. Did the same thing
Easily.
in softball too. All right, moving around Mizzou. Good luck. Good luck next year. Moving around college football before we break, man. Michigan has a coach, the guy from Utah. I've seen a lot on social media. I've seen a lot on TV about this was a good hire. This isn't that. I personally don't think it was a good hire. I don't think it was a longevity hire. I think he was at Utah for 21 years, something like that. Now he's at Michigan. I think they inked him for a 5-year deal. Who's in the background, Mama? I see you, Corey.
Baby Corey.
Corey.
You know,
They,
crept in here.
nah,
Corey
she all
Rain.
right. She all right.
You,
They
you can
inked
come
it
say
for
hi and then you got to go. Come on.
they inked it for a 5-year deal. Is that the way? Hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Have a good night.
Good night.
It's Whittingham. Is that his name?
Kyle
Yep.
Whittingham.
Is that the best route Michigan can go, or is that the best route they can go right now? This is Michigan we're talking about. This isn't.
Can I attack this first one?
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say what I'm. Here's the deal.
I love it.
I don't want to disrespect him because I do think that he's a really good coach, and I do think that he's probably a Utah legend, and I do think that he did some really, really good things at the University of Utah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this was Michigan's. I think this was an extremely safe hire for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they were grasping, right? They were trying to reach. I mean, they reached out to everybody, saw that like those guys that you long for aren't going to come at this current state.
No.
So this is a coach to get them back to like having a clean reputation.
Yep.
And then you're going to try to go get somebody else in about 3-4 years. I hate that I'm saying that because I have a lot of respect for him.
But Jeremy, he's 66.
Yeah,
but
he
that's
retired,
what I think.
Yeah.
right? He retired.
He was thinking about it.
I thought he retired from Utah. He was all right, I'm out.
I thought he moved away
They
from
didn't
Utah.
fire
I thought
him.
he was like looking at maybe going home.
Yeah.
And then this is like, okay,
done.
I'll help get y'all right. You know,
I think that's all
calls.
this is, and it might be like a mutual agreement between both sides. Like, hey, let me come help clean up the image a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
But like, I don't want to disrespect him because I have a lot of respect for him as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I know that like he's made waves in Pac-12, the University of Utah, like really, really good coach. So I don't want to disrespect him, like when I say that. But I think that's what this is.
His bag just got bigger, you know, so he has a chance to really show what he was really doing out west at a storied I'll call it franchise, man. I ain't an institution.
It's what it is now. It's a franchise now.
Man, the Maize and Blue. You know, I mean, he's got an opportunity there that he know he's going to be supported. I'm pretty sure, you know, when you're 66 years old, you've been doing this at one university for 21 years, you know exactly what you want to do. You're getting on the same page with everybody, letting them know this is what I need for me to come here to get Michigan back to the point where people are looking at Michigan about football.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's a stable, safe hire, like Max said, and I think it'll work out well for them. And you know he can win. You get the resources.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? They were 9-3 this year.
Now I will admit, I think first want to say I didn't watch a lot of Utah football. I mean, when they've had periods of being good, yes, but outside of that, I'm not following Utah football. I don't know what kind of product he puts out on a consistent basis. I've seen the good years, but now I'm looking at him and I'm like, Michigan, you kind of just like buying time to let somebody go. Like he's not going to be the guy you're going to have for 10, 12 years. It's not going to happen. So I feel like
great.
Yeah,
he did great with recruiting the athletes from Florida that didn't go, you know, to the Miamis and like when I watched their backs. When I watched their backs over the past few years, I remember one back played safety, came over. He was a Oos, Polynesian kid, was playing safety, came on the offensive side, and it looked like Weddle when he was playing the Wildcat quarterback there. And Cam Rising, one of the great names in college football, had some rough goes. You know, just injury. Ended up not playing anymore. I think he's getting into coaching, which he's going to do great there. But I think that was their window for their quarterback to put them on that level in his playoffs, and it just kind of didn't work. And I think Zach Wilson's little brother started some games there this past year or whatever, man. So I think he's a good guy. He's a good recruiter. We know that he's storied, you know.
I think that's the question I have, right? I do think there's a couple of universities, not a couple, probably a good handful, 7, 8 of them, that even in this crazy state that we're in, right? Like because of what you just call it a franchise, because of what the school is, there's kids that are still going to want to go there. You got Michigan, Notre Dame, you got Florida State. Now I do think that
as long as you got the money, I mean, they're not going to go there if you don't got the money.
Yeah,
but
the pool of those kids is getting smaller, but I do think he has that going for himself. Now he's got to put together a really, really good staff because I'm going to tell you right now, I know one thing that a lot of my kids want. They want you to be relatable, right? Like, can I come and relate to this 66-year-old man, right? Like, not that I got to be best friends with the coach, but like, can he relate to a little bit about what I'm going through, right?
Yeah.
Coaching out of Utah, little bit different than coaching out in
Yes.
Ann Arbor,
Ann Arbor,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, once again, I do think that like he's a really, really good coach. I think if he has a chance to put together a really, really good staff and get Michigan back, it'd be one of the greatest stories, right, of college
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
I just hope that this isn't, hey, let's clean up our image until we get far enough from it and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
let's go get
Gaining
Now,
Lane
some
now we're
Kiffin,
back.
credibility
or
again.
let's go
Yeah,
get
yeah.
somebody that got a
Yeah.
little more
A
ish
little
to
more
him. You know what I mean?
And
juice at the moment.
with you saying that, Mac, that's gonna be super important with securing the quarterback that's already on roster, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? I think once if we see that the quarterback stays, then I think that everybody's on board to,
That's
hey,
big.
let's get this. Let's go get
That
it.
that should be his first.
Mhm.
You talk about the most pressing thing. That should be his
Mhm.
first thing. Bryce,
Yeah.
we not letting you get down the lane, man. What we got to do to keep you?
Hey,
Yeah,
should
come in the
teams
door. Hmm?
should say if you lose the quarterback, should there be some dealings between the university? Like, hey man, you got to shoot me this, man. You getting my guy, man. I know you didn't so you paying him, but I mean, is there a buyout for great players? Like, is that coming? I mean, to sit down with Messi or Ronaldo, you got to pay to even talk.
That's
To the
true.
agent, right? Like, I mean, there are buyout clauses in a lot of people.
In their
Individual
contracts.
contractors,
Yeah, yeah.
soccer, and sports alike. But I think it'd be interesting to see if the schools start working together there because it's pretty crazy to hear the is it Damian Wilson from Mizzou?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like over like $40,000, like Georgia's
30, I
coming
think it
after
was.
him
Yeah.
for like like they're coming after him like almost $500,000. It's like this is wild.
That's wild. That's wild. All right, Michigan, you got something done. Last question. December 31st, we got Miami versus Ohio State. Miami is number
Mm.
10 in the country. Ohio State sitting at number 2 in the country. I want to know who y'all like for this game. Like, what are we thinking? This is quarterfinal game, first one. Miami just got a good win over A&M. Ohio State sitting at one with one loss to a
Really good
great
Indiana team.
Indiana team.
Yeah, there you go.
I finally
There you
said
go. Yeah.
it. Indiana's a great team. Who do you like in this game? Ohio State or Miami?
Well,
I like Miami.
ooh, I like it,
Ooh.
Frank.
I
Where
like
they playing
Miami.
at? Where they playing at?
It's the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. They're gonna be in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're gonna be in Dallas
I
indoors.
I think that
I love Spoon's take. Yeah.
Last time Ohio State was in the Cotton Bowl, they played us, didn't they?
Took an L too. Yes. Shout out Mizzou. Appreciate y'all.
But I like Miami because I was I mean, super impressed with the way the defense held Texas A&M to three
Yeah, no,
points
that's
on the
big.
road, and also when you win the game running the football. Fletcher just took over the game late in the game. You got a
Yeah, he
quarterback
did.
that's been at Georgia. He's been in the moments like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, but I mean that's Ohio State still. Like
It's
they're the favorite
Ohio
by 10
State.
points. They're the
Yeah,
favorite by 10
yeah.
points. But I'm
J
gonna go
Mac.
with Miami.
J Mac, who do you
well,
like?
first let me say, I think that for the first time since we had a playoff, all 8 remaining teams I think has a case to win the national
Yeah.
championship.
You want these games?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think I could see all 8 of them winning the national championship, which is crazy. I don't think we've ever said that.
This is wild. And
Let me
Miami's the lowest seed, right?
Go. Come on, Kev. Come on.
I don't believe in Texas Tech.
Ooh.
And I don't believe in Ole Miss.
But look who they got. Ole Miss is very familiar with Georgia.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. But I don't believe
Oregon will give up points.
Yes.
So
And Texas Tech has a stingy defense
once you win these games, you are who you are. You know, it ain't like, oh,
Texas
nobody
Tech
believes in me no
has this
more.
stingy defense in the Big 12. Give me a
Yeah.
break, dog. Give me a
No,
break.
we're gonna
dog.
see.
I like it,
We're gonna
Kevin.
see. But I can truly see.
They won't. Look, they're going against Oregon, which is Oregon's a good team. They got a
Yes.
great quarterback.
Bama or Indy will be waiting.
Yes.
I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm about to say so. Answer your question, right? Like, I think this game's gonna be a lot closer. I think Miami definitely covers the spread. I don't that Ohio State team that we saw offensively, which they've kind of struggled a little bit down the stretch, but the one we saw in the Big Ten championship game was very different than what we've seen all year. And I'm telling you right now, when your OC takes another job, man, it's just really hard to get everything back rolling on the same page, right?
But it's the
Yeah.
third OC, right?
So
Well,
it's do we know is Hartline coaching this because he
Hey,
coaching
I
the
don't
Big
know.
Ten championship? Do we know is he
I'm
is he
not
is he
sure.
is he coaching?
I'm not sure. I can't
I
find
don't
anything
know.
on it.
I gotta do my homework. Then let's see. I'm
Okay.
gonna type. Let me get that. Let me get that.
But I
Okay.
will say, statistically speaking, even though this hasn't looked like this big explosive Ohio State team that we're used to seeing, Julian Sand is sitting at 3,300 yards passing.
He's
He's
coaching.
coaching. He's
Okay.
coaching.
He's coaching.
Yeah.
Smith still went for over 1,000.
He did. Yeah.
The running back
I'm
still
going
goes
to go
over
with Ohio
1,000.
State.
Jackson. Yeah.
What's 17's name, Mac? Is it Tate?
Tate. I'm going to go with Ohio State because I think that one, they've been there before, right?
Yes.
And I think that when you get to this stage, right, your players make plays, and I'm going to go with Jeremiah Smith. I'm going to go with Caleb Downs on the defensive side of the ball, right? They got the best player on both sides of the ball. That's what I'm going with. I love Malik. I love Tony. I love those DNs that Miami got. They both can get after the passer. I got to go with the best players on the field. They both play for Ohio State, so I got to
Hey,
go
Mac.
with Ohio State.
And you missed one.
Yeah.
Reese, Arvell Reese. Woo.
Yeah.
Wait till y'all watch this kid.
Yeah.
Number 8, Ohio State, edge off the ball.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
enjoy
Listen,
watching him, bro.
I
looking
watched
up
him
now,
in
yeah.
practice. I got a chance to get down there in spring. Watch all those guys in practice. So
He
it
came
was
out of
pretty
nowhere.
cool to see him. Yep.
He might have more upside than Parsons.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So.
Okay. Well, fellas, look, once again, it's been a great night, man. We are your true sons, brought to you by the Players Lounge. I'm one of your.
Wait, hold on,
Before we
wait.
sign off.
Yeah, because we're not going to next Sunday, right? We got to talk about the next 3 picks for next 3 too.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Oregon, Texas Tech. That's January 1st.
I'm going Texas Tech.
Me too. I don't think
Hey,
I
man.
hate to say it, but Oregon didn't do enough versus James Madison, and that kind of upset me because I wanted them to like destroy James Madison. So yeah, I'm gonna
They could
take
be
Tech
locked in too, though, right? They could be super locked in too now, right? Because their coach was like, "Man, we stunk it up.
Orange Bowl.
This
That's
ain't
true.
our standard."
But I think that Texas Tech defense, like Spoon always says, the defense is travel. So if they can bring a shell of their defense to this game, I think they have enough power on offense to win it. So I'm gonna take Texas Tech in that game. Spoon, who are you taking in that game?
I'm taking Texas Tech as well. It's gonna be in Florida. I'm gonna take the Texas team. In the climate, and if that was the Rose Bowl, I might go with Oregon. But I'm taking Texas Tech.
I'm actually gonna change I'm going Oregon. St. Louis kids got about 3-4 of them on there. I'm going Oregon.
Yes, sir. They got some heat, man. They got some
That
speed on offense. That speed on offense is crazy, boy.
All right, next up, Alabama, Indiana. 9 versus 1.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm gonna go. This is kind of like last year when Ohio State was sitting at 9 or 8. I think this is a very tough matchup for Indiana. It's a tough matchup for Bama too, but
tough 9. Yeah,
it's a tough 9, and you don't get them at home. You get them out there in the Rose Bowl. Like, will Indiana travel as well as I don't? Probably, maybe, but we'll see. But I'm going.
Not like
I'm going Bama.
Travel.
I'm going Bama. Going Bama.
Definitely. And I hate to throw disrespect to any number 1 team in the country, but Indiana, Indiana is a great team and they're well coached. Shout out to was it Signetti? Shout out, like phenomenal job. But it's not the same. It's going to be different. It has to be different for college football for the SEC. Indiana playing against Alabama has to be different than any other game they've played this season. Even going and beating
even the Big Ten.
I think they're going to notice this is going. I think we were upset that Mizzou lost. I'm upset for the SEC. I'm like, man, the SEC needed Mizzou to win that game to show that your top team can't beat our 8th. But I think this one has more riding on it.
I think it's the stage. It's the stage too, Kevin. It's the stage, man. Sometimes it's like Tom Brady. It don't matter how you get. If Tom Brady got into the playoffs as the 7th team or as the first team, but
you know what you're getting.
You got to ride with him. Pat Mahomes, right? You got to ride with him. So that's I'm riding with the brand. I hope I'm wrong because I want to see Indiana win. But if you asking me who I would bet my money on Bama.
Okay, Spoon, who'd you like in that game?
Hey man, if Ryan Williams was playing great ball, I'd go with Bama.
Yeah.
I love Jeremy Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got the running back back. The quarterback is pretty doggone accurate, has some great throws against Missouri, and I know they're going to go for it in some of those key moments. I just think Indiana's going to make those plays in those key moments. When I watch them at Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
on the road, do what they against
That's
Ohio State,
impressive. That's
couple
impressive.
teams that's still playing football.
That's impressive.
I just think if Bama doesn't start fast, they come out and play the way they played against Oklahoma, and Indiana will be gone.
Yeah,
That's just
definitely.
that's just what I believe. So I'm rocking with Indiana, but I will say Bama was that they will cover the spread.
Okay, I
They're
like Bama in that one too.
Indiana's favored by a touchdown.
Last one, Ole Miss, Georgia. I'm gonna lead off Georgia. I'm sorry. Like
Georgia.
this can only last so long, man. It can, like if Ole Miss beats Georgia, then I'll have to rethink my entire thought process on college football and the importance of a head coach. So
This is the best bowl
Kirby,
game that they got too, because both of these teams have played in the Sugar Bowl over 10 times. This is awesome.
yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
So I need Kirby Smart. Come on, like coach the best game you've coached, so that we can still have some type of importance placed on a head coach. Because if Ole Miss travels and they play well and keep winning games and Lane is gone, I'm like, does it matter? And that will also make you two right about the guy who took over at Ole Miss. And I don't want to be wrong on this
Love
show.
him.
So
I would play for him.
so I'm going for
Yeah.
Georgia, please, because I don't want to be wrong about him being the head man now. Who you got? Spoon.
I got Georgia, but I do believe it's hard to
I
beat a
do
team twice,
believe.
man. And the way they scored points on Georgia that last game, that's the only team that's done. Like Georgia fixed their whole season that night, right in the fourth quarter in that game. But hey, you know that these people can score on you. You know that you got to fight. You know that this is a regional. Like this game is in the right location. Fan base is New Orleans. And man, this gonna be awesome, man. I got UGA though.
J-Man, who you have as the last pick?
I wanna see the story continue. I'm gonna go Ole
Oh,
Miss,
Yes, sir. I
and
knew he was
also
going
because
over
of
this.
Aaron. I can't rock with Aaron
shut
Murray.
the book on that story. I don't want to see this story play out. Like I don't want to. Like it would be great for those players, but no. Come on, man, stop.
I
But
got it now.
yeah,
I think I don't know. I gotta go Ole Miss. I'm gonna go Ole Miss.
Georgia too damn good.
he went Ole Miss. That's crazy. I hope you're wrong too.
Yeah.
Any other picks or any other? No, that's the last game.
That's all
That's
of
So
them.
it.
That's all of
those
them.
are our picks. That's how we're looking at it, and we will see you all next week. Once again, I am Kevin Rutland here with Jeremy Macklin, Sean Weatherspoon. We are your true sons, man. Y'all have a good night.